time that we get this thing thrown together, and tonight that's what we're gonna do. I know you all see the cover behind me. I'm not sure like in which order these videos are gonna come out, so hopefully you guys have already seen the video of the Terminator. If not, then it's coming soon. Either way, I'm not sure how we're gonna do it, but it is coming. So in tonight's video, we just wanna get this thing put together. So let's go ahead, get the bag off this, see what we've got. In the last video, you guys saw me put the pistons in, me and Jonay, all that type stuff. But that is as far as we got. Tonight, what we're going to do is throw the cam in this thing. We're going to put the front cover on it. We're going to put the oil pan on it, oil pump, stuff like that. I'm not going to be doing a lot of videoing as far as like how to. At this point, it's just nuts and bolts anyway. So that's what we're going to be taking care of. Should be pretty fun, should be pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and get started in just a few minutes. But I do want to show you a few things. So as you can see, I sprayed this oil pan because it was looking pretty rough. So I just did a gold. Nothing crazy. It's not even a good paint job, but at least it's uniform now and it should look pretty good on the block. As far as the block goes, we've not done anything else to this thing yet. It's all still bare, so this thing's gonna have to be painted. So what are we gonna paint it? Well, that's gonna be a regular old Ford gray, guys. So we're gonna paint our engine block this color. Now we're not gonna do that tonight. We're not gonna get into painting the block or anything like that tonight. What we are gonna do though is start assembling things. I did spray this. It's too humid. This thing is not even dry, and I sprayed it probably an hour and a half ago. So it's very, very humid tonight. I did pick up Jonay's torque wrench, so we're able to verify the torque specs on the new engine, and it is at 45. So we're good there. We got our harmonic balancer over here. We're going to probably get to that hopefully tonight. Before we get started, I do have a new package from LMR. You know, LMR always works with us, guys. They have been a huge asset to this channel from day one. So big shout out to LMR. Let's go ahead and see what we got from LMR today. Not a lot on this particular order. I kept it simple. What we have right here are brand new water pump bolts. If you can, guys, it's always good to replace these things. So we went ahead and got ourselves a new set of water pump bolts, and right here are timing chain cover bolts. Also in the package, we got this AC Delco, and I know some of you are going to give me a hard time about it, but I've had really good luck with this particular water pump right here. This is what's on the Calypso, and it does great. Yeah, that's what we got in the boxes tonight. Hopefully we will get, I don't know if we'll get to installing the water pump and the new bolts tonight, but I just wanted to show you guys that this is what we got from LMR. And big shout out to them. I really do appreciate them supporting the channel and working with us. It has meant a lot to me through the years because they have been with us for a while now. The main reason that we're buying new bolts and all this type of stuff is we don't want to have to pull the engine out of the Calypso to be able to get to all these bolts, right? So it's best for me to just go ahead and purchase new bolts and all of this stuff. That way we can put the front end of this engine together without having to pull the engine out of the Calypso. We want to have as much of the engine together as we can before we get to that point. So that's where we're at with this, guys. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead and get this camshaft in the engine. We need to just get that hole plugged, right? So in case you guys don't remember, this is the Comp Cams Extreme Energy XE274HR. Richard Holdner has a really awesome YouTube channel. This is his favorite cam to use with small block Fords, and I'm gonna tell you something. This guy has downloaded a lot of stuff. He's built a lot of stuff. And if he says this is his favorite cam for turbo, for nitrous, for NA, then that's what I'm going with. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw this cam in. But just in case you were wondering, it is a 555, 565 lift. And the duration at 50 is 224, 232. So this little cam is going to hit. It's going to sound pretty nasty. Now the turbo will suck up some of that sound, no doubt. But overall, it's going to be a nasty sounding little cam. So as with anything like this, you need to look it over. Make sure this thing doesn't have any debris, dirt, you know, anywhere in there like that. They have some type of lubricant on these from like the factory. What we're going to do is spray this thing down. We're going to get that stuff off because it's a little gunky, and we want to put our assembly lube on it. Alright, so everything was cleaned previously, but what I want to do now is just make sure that I don't see anything out of the way. So we want to get some assembly lube on this camshaft. Now the bearings are already lubed, so they're good. You want to make sure you get everything coated down good. So from here, we're just going to switch over to time lapse, and we're going to kind of blow through this. And what I'll do is pick back up with you guys after we're done or get to a stopping point, and then we'll disclose a little bit of what we did.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again. I pray the Lord that Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again. I pray the Lord that Cause I've been working in the kitchen with the dirt on my hand. God tell me why nobody love me but you. Born inside the belly with the gun in my hand. Ain't no time for pity, got some thugging to do. Working in the kitchen with the dirt on my hand. God tell me why nobody love me but you. Born inside the belly with the gun in my hand. Ain't no time for pity, got some thugging to do. I've been working and writing and working some more. Searching for truth, and truthfully I'm hurting to know why many of millions live where the murderers go. On the daily dealing with what you never heard of before. See, I got motives of moving my mama plenty of miles. Send me the pay before you even send me the files. I don't kick it with cause they energy wild.
Well, that took a little longer than I kind of anticipated, to be honest with you guys. So what we did in the time lapse, we put the cam in, we put the timing chain cover on, as you can see here, the new water pump, we put our harmonic balancer on. Everything has ARP bolts except for right here. I didn't order these just because they're just stupid expensive. Everything looks really good. I had to drill this out. So I had to drill the pickup tube out to get the bolt in. As far as I understand, you don't run studs on these Dart blocks. It's just not recommended. Dart recommends you just use their bolts, as far as I understand anyway. Everything has a lube on it, so it's all lubed up, meaning like what's supposed to have assembly lube has assembly lube, and what's supposed to have oil has that. Now you may notice that the harmonic balancer is solid black. We're gonna have to buy some tape and make sure that we get that thing taped back up with the markings on it. I still have to spray the block. I needed to go ahead and get the front end of this motor done, and this engine has oil all over it, so I really want to kind of clean it up, take my time with it. You know, I might tape off the freeze plugs just to make them look good, but I also just kind of like that overall gray look. You know what I mean? Just like, it just looks simple. It almost looks stock. You're not gonna see all this stuff. I'm not too concerned about that. I've done a lot of custom paint jobs for engines over the years, and I'm just kind of over that stuff. I just wanted to show you guys like where we're at right now with the engine. One last final look under the hood, if you will, and we're gonna go ahead and drop this oil pan on and get this thing buttoned up. I am gonna put a dab of RTV on the corners of these gaskets right here. That's just something that I always do. It makes me feel better to do that. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to put a dab of RTV here, and we're going to go ahead, slap the oil pan back on this thing. There's the RTV right there. Just helps everything seal up down in these corners. Now this is the new gasket from LMR, and I think it's an SVE gasket. I think it's like their house brand, which is SVE. I'm going to go ahead, bolt this oil pan on. We'll come back out here real quick and we'll talk about it. See you guys in a few. We've got this thing pretty much buttoned up, guys. We have an official short block now, so everything looks real good. I am going to come in and trim these gaskets, so I'm just going to come in with a nice sharp razor blade, trim everything out. Now we still have to paint the block, so I'm going to take these two bolts out after everything kind of cures up, and we're going to paint everything, and I am going to, you know, trim it all out, trim the oil pan. I hope you guys are excited about this build because it's happening. Probably this engine is not going to go much further until we get the engine out of the Calypso, and the reason being, we've got brand new lifters that we just put in the Calypso that need to come out to go in this motor. Also, I mean, there's just a lot of like the accessories and stuff like that are going to have to come off that motor, but we pretty much have a complete short block right now, and I'm very excited about that. So stay tuned, guys. More to come on this. Right now we got to see what happens with that. So yeah, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up, and as always, thanks for watching.